today I've got a foolproof way for setting up your day and making sure that you just get stuff done. Now, you might have a day where you know that you just need to focus. You need to get, a few things done. You can't keep putting it off, and you just want to make sure that you have the most productive day possible. Now, to do this, first of all, I work out how many hours is it in that day that I have available to me to work. So you'll need to have a look and go, okay, I can't start work until 9 o'clock because I have to take the kids to school and then I have to pick them up again at 2:30. So that gives me 5.5 hours constructive work. And then we'll say, okay, let's take 30 minutes off for a lunch break and maybe another 30 minutes off just in case something comes up or we have to do some housework or the phone rings. And then we can say that we have 4.5 solid hours in the day to get whatever we need to get done. So knowing that, I then go to Evernote, and this is just where I do my to-do list. You can do it on a piece of paper if you like. And I focus on 3 things that I will be absolutely stoked if I get done that day. So I fill it in, starting with the most important thing first, which for me on this particular day was filming videos for the blog post. And then I'll just complete my 3 most important things. And just because you've only got 3 things here doesn't mean that you're restricted or that you're being lazy. If you get these 3 things finished and you find that you still have another 2.5 hours in your day, then think about what the next most important thing that you get done is and go from there. What we're trying to avoid is having a to-do list that has 15 things on it, because generally if it's too long, you'll get overwhelmed and probably just go for the easiest things, cross a couple off, and that will be the day. So I find that sticking with 3 things that you must do and have the most important one first. The next thing I do once I've done this is pop over to my calendar, and I use a Google Calendar. And remember, we said that we're getting started at 9 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock, I'm going to actually block my time out with the task that I want to be doing at that time. I estimate that it's going to take me around about 2 hours to film the videos that I want to film. So I'll just pop in there, task 1, and then I'm going to write 2 hours. Now you can set this up however you like, but the aim of it is to block out that period of time so that you know that is what you are doing for that time. And then you'll go through and you'll set the rest of your day up doing the same thing. So now we need task 2, and task 2 was, for me, was editing my videos. And I know that that's probably only going to take me around about an hour and a half. So I'm going to write that there and then schedule it in. And you can see that we've got task 1 scheduled for the first 2 hours of the day, and then task 2 scheduled for the next 1.5 hours. In here, we know that we've allocated ourselves to be able to take a break, so you'll pop that in there. And if you take a small 15-minute break in between these 2 tasks, that's okay as well. And then we know that after lunch from 1 o'clock until 2:30, we have another hour and a half to get task 3 done. So we're going to pop task 3 in there, and we're going to say 1.5 hours. Assign it a color, and then we know what our day needs to involve. And the key to making this work is when you sit down at 9 o'clock, you do nothing but work on task number 1. You don't get distracted, you don't check emails, you don't check Facebook, you stay off social media, and you literally just focus on that task. And then when the next time hits, you move on to task 2. And then you have your scheduled break and go on to task 3. And honestly, this is the best way that I have found to make sure you have as productive a day as humanly possible. I have friends of mine, Shane and Jocelyn Sams, who they blog at flippedlifestyle.com, and they actually schedule out every hour of the week. And I mean literally every hour. They sit down on, I think it's a Sunday night, and they schedule out what they're going to be doing for the whole 168 hours of the coming week. They schedule family time, break time, sleeping, dinner, and then they schedule all of their work tasks. And that has been how they've been able to build a huge business from home with 2 kids while they were working. Honestly, it can work on a small scale or it can work on a large scale. If you just have 2 hours a day that you can treat like this, then that's fine. But if you schedule it out and stick to the schedule, it will get done. If you have any productivity tips, I would love to hear about them below. I'm always trying to be more productive. If you want to hear more actionable craft business advice, just sign up to my newsletter.